All right, guys, here. Today we're going to talk about this book, Blood Meridian. Now, I bought it like a couple months ago. And I've been kind of busy, so I haven't really read the whole book. So I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys. But it's not that long. It's around, 352 books? I read the first couple of chapters, so I kind of know where the story's going. But it's about this kid, and he doesn't have a name. And he's just traveling through the cities of America. Apparently, he originates from some like county or city, and then he meets like various different characters along his journey, and he's kind of like running through this like countryside and meeting all these new people. Like this guy called the judge. You meet him in the first couple of chapters, and it kind of talks about how there's really no good or bad guy in the story. Like it shows that every man is capable of doing extreme good or extreme evil, right? Right? And I think there's a lot of complex details in here that kind of don't always show themselves, and it's kind of hard to read the book. Like, let me just give you guys a little excerpt. This is an introduction. First, the book has an introduction. Like, it gives you the introduction so that you can understand why the book is written the way it's written. And then there's the first chapter. I haven't read it in a while, but every chapter is kind of like this. Like they just kind of pull like little excerpts here, like of key moments in the chapter. Childhood in Tennessee, runs away, New Orleans, fights, is shot, to Galveston, Nacogdoches, the Reverend Green, Judge Holden, an affray, Toadvine, burning of the hotel, escape. Yeah, I remember he teamed up with this other kid, and then he tried to get water from these people that were kind of like scavenging a city or a town, and he sees a lot of different things, and he sees a lot of evil things as well. And there's moments when he's starving to death and he's trying to reach this other place and he's selling his clothes for food. It shows a very desperate situation for the character, but you don't know his name. He doesn't have a name, which is something I kind of never really understood. The Reverend Green has been playing to a full house daily as long as the rain had been falling, and the rain had been falling for 2 weeks. When the kid ducked into the ratty canvas tent there was standing room along the walls, a place or two, and such a heady reek of the wet and bathless that they themselves would sally forth into the downpour now and again for fresh air before the rain drove them in again. I'm just looking at these mosquitoes. I'm wondering if there's a mosquito in my room. I really don't want that to be the case, because if I'm sleeping here tonight, like I don't want to like have any mosquitoes buzzing in my ear constantly. So it's like yeah, I don't know, I hope there's no mosquitoes here, because I just saw one in the toilet before I came to do this video. I'm like, oh, I was trying to kill it, I just couldn't find it, so I'm like, kind of agitated, like, what the fuck this ass mosquito, man. But I haven't read the whole book, so I couldn't tell you what happens towards the end. But he meets this character called Toadvine, and they become kind of like allies. And then he meets the judge later on, and he meets this other guy that's a fucking con man. It's interesting, but now come days of begging, days of theft. So he's doing all sorts of shit just to kind of survive and just living and existing in the 1800s in America. Back then, like, there was all sorts of bad things happening. Like, people would take scalps of Indians and shit and sell them to the Mexicans because they wanted to dwindle their population, or they would kill lots of buffalo so that the Indians wouldn't have anything to eat. Those are all kind of themes throughout the show, but it's not the overarching theme. The overarching theme is the kid's journey throughout the series. What he sees, what he feels, what he hears. You're looking at the story through the prism of a young boy. So how he reacts to the problems all around him, it's like he doesn't really see it as anything bad because he's been through so much wild shit already. So it's kind of like, okay, everything's fine, even though it's not, right? Like, you're looking at basically what I'm saying is you're looking at all of this stuff through the prism of a boy. So you got to keep that in mind when you kind of look at certain things that he's thinking about. I ain't drinking after no mule, said the hermit. Have you not got no old bucket, no nothing? No, cried the hermit. No, I ain't. He was clapping the heels of his clenched fists together at his chest. There's a lot of things that I didn't really understand, like in this show. Like the first time I actually bought it, I was reading it in the bus coming back from the city center. Like I read the first couple of chapters in the bus, came home. Then I don't think I came and read it in this room anymore. I've read the first couple of chapters, but I've also listened to the audiobook as well on YouTube and Audible. So, yeah, I probably should get the audiobook, right? Listen to the audiobook first and then read the book. But I don't know, man. I didn't really appreciate, I didn't really kind of like appreciate this book as much as I think. Yeah, I like books, but I don't really read books that much. Just being honest with you fuckers, man. Like my favorite book out of these three, this is probably my favorite book, Clash of Kings. Probably Clash of Kings, and then The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, and then Blood Meridian. Like it's the last one on the list. Like I like it, but I don't like it more than I like A Clash of Kings. I'm probably gonna read A Clash of Kings before I go to sleep. But man, that chapter, oh my god, I'm not gonna like ruin it from you guys. But that chapter where